Hey. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, are we set up for the view in the Gamba to be the?
Geshe Gelek has arrived.
Please have a seat.
Good morning, Geshe-la.
Oh, good morning. We'll begin with Venerable Hamula will lead the prayer, and please think about the people of Ukraine in your prayer. So,
Start with Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times. Te ata mune mune ma munai soha. Te ata mune mune ma munai soha. Te ata mune mune ma munai soha. And now the Medicine Buddha, verse of praise and mantra. Bhagawan, with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispel of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, Raja Samugate Soha, Teata Om Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samugate Soha, Teata Om Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samugate Soha. Teata Om Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samugate Soha. Teata Om Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samugate Soha. Teata Om Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samugate Soha. Teata Om Bekanze, Bekanze, Maha Bekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samugate Soha. And now the four measurables. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. Now the verse of praise and mantra for Chenrezig, the Buddha of Great Compassion. Not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head a perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings. To you, Chenrezig, I'll sing one, I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now the verse of praise and mantra for Green Tara. Tare liberates from cyclic existence. Tutare liberates from all fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to the liberator, Mother Tara. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Sanje Chodan Soje Chonam La Chancho Pardon Dane Jabon Dane Chushi Jebe Sonam Dola Benje Sanje No Sanje Chodan Soje Chonam La Chancho Pardon Dane Jabon Dane Chushi Jebe Sonam Dola Benje Sanje No Sanje Chodang Soje Chonang La Chanjo Bardo Nan Dagi Chushe Jibe Sunam Je Andola Benje Sanje Andoma Show Ola Me Aji Omodo Jajela So Chushe Chola Chawajo Sanje Sula Rodo Shi Deve Liba Didashi Tabe Chuji Jishi Namo Ala Gadano Dan Jege Bodo Mi Gandan Doa Gojan Nacho 탐제 깨도 나게 최대한도 관계 도전에서는 따와도 저 범배자 답변했는데 저 보고 담담한 처처로 Good morning, Venerable Amala. Good morning, Venerable Tenzil Hamo. Good morning. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Domasi. Good morning, Kadamba Center. Good morning. Good morning, Marcelo Fernanda, Patagonia. Good morning, Nili. Good morning, Phillips. Good morning, David. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Elise. Good morning, Alexandra, Sandra, Tashidelek. Good morning, Katina. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Carolina, both of you. Good morning, Tara. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, David. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Meredith. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Patti Panditji. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Hen. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, William. Good morning, Giovanna. Good morning, Patty. Patty. Good morning, Monica. Anybody watching on YouTube, good morning. One minute, please. Silent for the people of Ukraine. 1 minute. And whatever thought, positive thought you can send, please do. 1 minute, okay? Oh yeah, thank you very much. And please continue to pray and for the people in the regions who's going through physically, mental difficulties at the moment. So pray for their war will end sooner than later with little human casualty. Okay, so that's something you can do. Probably you can do it well. So then please do. Tune, what else, Linda? Or Dhamasi?
Geshe-la, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Not sure what happened. Can you hear
Donna,
me?
can you?
People can hear? Can you hear?
I can hear
Yes,
him.
Geshe-la.
Yes, I
Okay,
can
that's
hear
something
you.
on my side. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
No, not to be sorry. So, and then,
Can you hear okay, Linda?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, um, I'll go ahead. I know there's a question for Geshe-la. So, until Linda's situation is cleared up, I'll go ahead. It's a long question, so I'm gonna
And
sit and share.
Donna,
Oh, you're here? Okay.
I can hear you, but I can't hear Geshe-la for some reason. But there is a question I just put in the chat.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and ask Geshe-la the question?
Okay. All right, Geshe-la, are you ready?
yes.
When we see a situation where the
Oh.
karma has already ripened,
Oh,
such as with Russia's war on Ukraine,
oh.
what is the most beneficial way to offer prayers for this terrible situation?
Yeah, as I said, prayer for their war will end sooner than later and with little human casualty. And so then for that purpose, so based on that purpose, so then you can say mantra, you can say any kind of prayer, medicine for the prayer, money mantra, Tara mantra, and dedicate that energy towards that cause. Okay, so there's not really specific prayer. Any prayer is good. Any prayer is good. But like usually, I think that we, each and every one of us, has moral responsibility to pray for all and each and every living being on this planet, because we are, according to Buddhism, we are, there is connection, deep connection. So. And also because your own happiness rise minute you start to think about others, minute you start to think about the welfare of other beings, believe it or not, believe it or not, your happiness will rise. So minute you think about the welfare of other living beings and your true happiness, your true happiness start to grow. This is like win-win. This is a win-win practice. It's not just not thinking about yourself, not thinking about others. No, it's like you are getting so much benefit. So I personally very much wish, and I know, probably you already know, every conflict within the family, within the friend, within the society, within the community, within the party, within the country, in the world, is all driven by dissatisfactions. Very unfortunately, dissatisfactions is drawn to all the problems. So therefore, it's very, very important to remind ourselves dissatisfaction is a part of the samsaric problems. There's like 5 different kind of general samsaric problems. Dissatisfaction is one of them. Uncertainty is one of them. So we all need more wisdom. We all do need more wisdom to become more smarter for our own happiness. How to achieve that? Being discontent, dissatisfied is not the best way to gain happiness. It kind of invites all kinds of problems. Need to remember very clearly, not just like need to remember very clearly. Dissatisfaction is a draw to all the problems. It is not your personal problem. It's like samsaric problems. If we are not happy with that way out, then we need to seek liberation very seriously. Don't think they're all Buddhists, they're always thinking about suffering. No. Buddhists, we are aiming for the best fun. In that case, we are more greedy because we are looking for everlasting fun. We are not like giving up fun. We are looking for the best form of fun. We are looking for the best form of fun, everlasting. So we are not just giving up fun. So this temporary fun, we don't consider that's like everlasting fun. So that's why our all attention is piled on that everlasting fun, liberation, freedoms. That's what we should do. If you don't like uncertainty, not good, dissatisfaction, why? Then need to seek liberations. Other than that, just need to accept that is part of the package. Then you work much as you can and how to be content by thinking, generating more wisdom, generating more wisdom. And contentment is a part of the mental quality. It's not physical things. Doing things, if you believe or doing things will satisfy you. No, it's not good. There's not a way to satisfy. The answer is no. The answer is 100% no. You are not going to be 100% satisfied by doing something, looking at something, smelling something, listening something, touching something, eating something. No. We have been doing this, in my case, almost 50 years. Are you 100% content? No, answer is no. So we need more wisdom to know how to be content. Contentment could achieve by thinking. Feeling of my life is so blessed, that could achieve by thinking, not by eating something. Or feeling of that my life is so blessed, that kind of thinking, that kind of feeling, one could achieve by thinking. Definitely, by thinking you could achieve. So, this is all driven by dissatisfactions, greed, of course, dissatisfactions, unfortunate. So then, the best that every leader of this country develop bodhicitta, compassion, so that people can live with less fear, every corner of the world. Uh, but in reality, it is complicated. It's not just complicated, it's very, very complicated that there are all kinds of things involved in not just few days, many, many years of dissatisfactions builds up, greed, and not knowing you are not going to get all the time what you want. Why? That is one of the human problem. Out of 8 types of human problems, one of them is you are not going to get all the time what you want. What I should do? Accept. Don't force. That's a part of the 8 types of human problems. They listed. One of them is like that. You are not going to find, you are not going to get what you're looking for all the time. Just accept. Don't make it more hard. Need to understand the reality. Therefore, reflecting on, it's not just like, oh, Buddhists, they just meditate on suffering. No, there's a reason. In order to ease stress, amount of stress, fear, anxiety that we experience as a human, how to reduce them, maybe reflecting on the general complication of samsara, then particular complication of each realms, particular human realms, just as reflecting on them, it reduces stress. As I said very clearly, Buddhism, we are not looking for suffering. We are looking for happiness. We are not like denying fun. We are looking for everlasting fun. Don't think that Buddhism is all about giving up something. No, it's not giving up something. It's understanding the reality. So losing loved one, that's the part of the human problems. Aging, sickness, death, that's a part of the human problems. It's not shock. That is expected. Denying that, making your life more miserable, that's all. You are not doing anything good for yourself, denying that. So just knowing just knowing and reflecting on that on a daily basis, that helps you tremendously, helps you reduce a lot of stress. So each time when you're dissatisfied, analyze why. And need to remind yourself, that's not something new, that's the part of the package. It's not that just happened today, it's happening since the beginning of this time. If you really don't like that, seek liberations. That's what you can do. Don't just sit there, do nothing, feel bad. That's not a skillful way to do. Just accept, so each time when you're dissatisfied, analyze. That happened many times. It's not just first time it happened many times. If you really don't like that, if you want to stop that, seek liberations. That's what you can do. Or don't complain too much. Just accept that's the part of the package. Just accept and deal with that. With knowledge, with the meditative experience, gain based on knowledge, whatever ways you can deal, learn, and accept. If you don't accept, situation is not going to get better. If you accept, learn, educate yourself, maybe amount of stress will reduce, definitely. Based on tiny experience here, it will reduce. Like we can be like delusional, how you say? can't be delusional. We have to understand the fact. We have to understand the reality. Okay, so that's very unfortunate. Like, as I said, dissatisfaction, individual life, family, community, countries, global level, all driven by dissatisfactions. Not understanding, or people are not taking me seriously. It's nothing to do with people taking you seriously or not seriously. It is a part of the samsaric problems. You have to understand. Don't like become delusional that you are going to be satisfied doing this 100% satisfied. Turns out, second moment, you are not satisfied. How you can be satisfied? That's like delusional thought. You are not going to be satisfied. Not just that, probably it may bring more pain in every direction. So like that's like same like individual level, country level, same thing. Every single beings on this planet, every single second looking for happiness. Nobody's looking for pain. So now, based on that fact, imagine if you cause pain, somebody cause pain to you, you don't like. Similarly, if you cause pain to someone else, they will not appreciate. So if you do that in the bigger scale, there'll be like thousands of people there don't like you. Because those thousands of people seeking happiness exactly the way you do, same thing, there's no differences between you and others, same thing. So better to think mentally, do verbally, mentally, physically, do something that benefits others. And you get a lot of benefit. You get a lot of, merit too. According to spiritual practice, you get pure merit and you get a lot of benefit. Why? Because you are being part of their daily basis, something they're looking for, you become part of that. People, you will have more friends. It's not that difficult to understand. It's quite simple. When it's come down on like understand, it's quite simple to understand, but we are pretty much unfortunately occupied by disturbing thought most of the time. So that is the thing that we need to think deep down from our heart, then precisely calculate how we can live, how we are going to live our life. With best way to live our life is less disturbing thought. Your life is going to be much better off, even though you don't believe in anything. Your life is going to be much better off. So. Yeah, the fundamentally nobody, even seeking or looking, even the slightest problem, difficulties, nobody, that include yourself, include your neighbors, include your co-worker, include your wife, include your husband, include your relatives, your families, nobody. If you think, somebody deserves some pain, there's a delusion. There's a delusional thought. I'm very, very sorry to say, but we have to be here. We have to be truthful. We can't be like, we have to be honest, we have to be sincere. We have to be genuine, Somebody thinks that you deserve pain. We need you sense that you don't appreciate. Why? Because you are looking for happiness. There's nothing wrong. We have every right for looking for happiness. The same time, other people doing the same thing. Even though it is hard things to do, but it's the good things to do. Other things is easy things to do, it's not good things to do. Why? It causes pain. Easy to criticize, but that's not the best things to do. It's very hard to praise, but it's a good thing to do. Temporarily, ultimately, it's good things to do. Good things to do. Others get benefit, you get benefit. Oh, that's the best way to living a life, you know. So through prayer, you know. So now you understood the situations. We are all in this boat, same thing. Dissatisfied, uncertainty, not finding what we are looking for, not seeking, not getting what we are looking for. We are all in this ocean. We are all like carrying out in this ocean, east to west, west, south to north. We're just like drifting in the same situations. So that's why, out of Fourth Noble Truth, why Buddha taught truth of suffering. Not because there's nothing to enjoy. No. This goes against the reality. There's many things to enjoy. Looking at flower, the enjoyment generated by looking at something, enjoyment generated by smelling something, enjoyment generated by eating something. These are all there. Enjoying that, there's nothing wrong. That's a result of your positive karma. And when you do enjoy that, just wish that every single human on this planet get the same chance. Just wish, you know, something positive. But believing in it, oh, that's a way to 100% satisfy delusional thought. Ignorance, wrong. Sorry to say, that's wrong. Does it mean don't enjoy? No. Enjoy at the same time, fully aware. That's not going to make you 100% satisfied. You need to understand right from the beginning. When you become dissatisfaction, you understood the situations. Understanding the reality is very important to reduce those, like there's many unrealistic expectations that we have, unrealistic expectations. You know, not understanding the fact. Once you understand the fact, it will automatically reduce unrealistic, many different types of unrealistic expectations will automatically reduce. Life will be better, easier. Otherwise, if you continue to follow this delusional thought, you are making life more miserable, not doing very good. The best, if everybody liberated, there will be no war. Just wish that, you know, each and every leader in this, you know, on this planet, leader of the country, develop compassion, loving kindness, compassion. So then there will be no war. You could say it's karma or no matter what. It is basically driven by dissatisfactions. Dissatisfaction. So that's what it is. Dissatisfaction. Oh, so just want to share, you know. So then based on that, then you pray that may each and every so now as a Chanju Semjo Rinpoche Majapana Chair Kone, now it says like has the prayer of the Bodhicitta Lamula, Venerable Lamula, the dedication part of the Bodhicitta, may Bodhicitta may other Chanju Semjo Rinpoche Majapana. May Bodhicitta rise or something like that, never decrease. Not sure in English.
May the supreme jewel Bodhicitta, not yet born, rise and grow, not born, have no decline, but increase.
Exactly. Yeah. So now you understand why that you are wishing that every living being on this planet generate bodhicitta. There will be no war. No war. So now that prayer makes sense. That's the prayer that you do each time when there's casualty, war, some kind of conflict is already there. Beginning of the human civilizations, driven by dissatisfactions. Dissatisfaction. You know, now that is getting more and more dangerous, but the scale is already there since from the beginning of the human civilizations. dissatisfaction is already part of that. So, they're happening in a small scale. So now it's getting more and more dangerous. The more like risk for the casualties, death, within very like short period of time. So yeah, it's very saddening, but so you do what you can do. So then if not just today, every day praying for that is good. It gives you strength. It gives you strength. Yeah. Okay. Then what else? Just want to share. We all need to understand. We all need to understand. Understand. Okay. Otherwise, we have so many unrealistic expectations. So that's not going to make our life easier. It makes our life more stressful, more fearful. Knowing the fact will reduce fear, anxiety, stress. It will reduce. It will reduce. Yeah, same like we see in front of our eyes. If you see somebody brings flower, nice flower, few days it looks very nice, smells very good. After a few days, it kind of decay. So the understanding of that fact is like called impermanent. We just let it go. If you say, "Oh, this flower is so beautiful, I never want to lose that," I want that flower to stay same. That's a delusional thought. It's not going to same there. It's not going to be same. Just enjoy much as possible. When it's fresh, smells good, just enjoy. And there'll be time, it will probably lose the smell, start to smell bad. It's kind of lose the color. Then just understand and just let it go and move on. So that, it's so easy that's not that difficult to understand, but we have to remind ourselves on daily basis, make sure it will sink into our heart, center of our heart, so then we feel, not just intellect or knowledge, but then we kind of like understand, oh, all right, Otherwise, you could just, based on one single object, you could make your life so miserable. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Being a part of samsara, there's already a problem there. Why you're adding up more problems? Doesn't make sense. This is the perfect time to reduce the amount of problem. This is the perfect vessel or perfect boat to cross that oceans. You have to think, if not cross, just move 1 inch, inch by inch every day. If you cannot don't just stuck there. This boat is capable to move other side of the oceans. At least need to move inch by inch. Don't just go backward. And just reality going backward, verbally talking about going forward, it doesn't make sense. All my friends here, including Kishikilek, we try every day, much as possible. Much as possible. So then I say, don't think, there's no hope. No matter which direction look, there's always problem. No. So lotus grow out of mud, but lotus has no mud. It's free from mud. So now I feel like that in the mud. It feels like that you are in the mud, but you become. There's possibilities. You become like this beautiful looking lotus. So There's always hope. There's always hope. Okay. Yeah. So today, what else, Linda?
So we have another question from last week, Geshe-la.
Ah,
And the question is,
Linda, now you are teaching without word. Nobody can hear.
I'm having a day with the with muting, apparently. Okay, one more time. Are the mere labels coming from our karma and thus our reality, happiness and suffering dependent on morality and ethics?
Yeah, the morality is the key. Morality is the key. You know, samadhi meditation, shamatha meditation, morality is the key. Morality in Buddhism is much bigger, much broader than, ethics that we talk about. Like benefiting others, doesn't consider as ethic. It's like, that is ethic, benefiting others, that's also ethic too. So it's not, so then the Kaze, yeah. So see, it's like water. The ethics is like water. Water. It's like water. If you see some stain in the glass, for example, the stain is like our conscience. How is the conscience? Conscience. How you say?
Conscious?
Conscious.
Conscious?
Conscious or conscience or conscious. Our conscious.
Consciousness? Our conscience. Conscience.
What is conscience? I just heard the word. Watching all day and all night, watching movie. There's my conscience is clear, not clear. You understand?
Yeah. I would describe it as our conscience is, what kind of tells us what's right or wrong.
So my question, Linda, is what is conscience? What is conscience? Is your mind or what?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I would think it was the mind.
When people say, how people say, oh, your conscience is going to be as a strain or like damage, or how you use this word, how you use that word, how you use that word for yourself and for others, how you use.
Like, if someone else wants to jump in, please do. I'm trying to think of an example. Like my conscience tells me that, doing good in school is
conscience.
Oh, here's someone else. Go ahead. Is that Anthony?
Help me to understand. Help me to understand what it means.
Actually, Don, this was your question. Why don't you take it?
Dr. Brown also teaching in without word. Now all they become arhat. All they achieve liberation. That's what happened. Then you teach with word, without word. Nobody can hear.
One phrase that's used is "my conscience is clear."
That means like my conscience is clear. That means like my mind is clear.
Yeah, my mind. I have no guilt. I have no regret.
Conscience and mind is like conscience. Like that means like my mind is clear.
Yeah, conscience is your mind's maybe ability to judge right from wrong.
Oh.
So if your conscience is clear, then there is no feeling of wrong in your mind.
Oh, so see. So now here, the ethics is like water, the water. the chudun niju tomato choose. So they see our conscience or our mind. In Buddhism, we say our mind. Whenever you feel like some stain there, so the ethics will clean that stain. Ethics like the water that kind of cleans that conscience. Make sense? Sudum niju tomato choose. Tomato choose. Niju tomato stain. Stain that causes by physical action, verbal action, mental action, that's stain caused by that will be clean by the water. Here, the water refers to ethics or moralities. Make sense? According to Lama Tsongkhapa, Song of Experience, Lama Tsongkhapa, text Song of Experience, what the Lama Tsongkhapa says, Sudun Niju Tomato Bichus. What, Linda, what else?
Yes, I can talk now. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you, Don. Go ahead.
Finally, we have karma to hear you.
Yeah. Anyway, the question, I mean, just to say it a different way, the question that I asked was last week when we were talking about emptiness and how basically things don't exist inherently out there, but they're merely labeled, right? Our reality is just a function of the labeling process, our mind projecting or labeling, merely labeling things. So then the question behind that is, okay, where do the labels come from? If this, and so that to me, I think is karma. The labels are our karma ripening and causing us to see things a certain way. And to go back even further, if we want the labels to be, if we want to be seeing ourselves as happy and peaceful and even enlightened, then we have to practice ethics, which is what you pointed out. Like the cause of good karma is ethical behavior, which then creates these labels that basically force us to see ourselves as happy, peaceful, and kind, and so forth. So anyway, I was just thinking, emptiness, if I'm right, Geshe-la, really is encouraging us. If we understand reality, it's encouraging us to behave ethically, because that is the source of seeing ourselves as happy.
Yeah, I think that Dr. Brown, what do you say? Dr. Brown's right or wrong? I'm not sure. I'm a little bit afraid to say it because I'm the patient. I think Dr. Brown, you're right. I think like what you said, very interesting question, very important questions like, level, two things happening. Mean, name. Then there's also conceptual thought. Actually thought is thought. Mean the name, that is label. Is the name is label?
Yeah.
Means the name and labeling. I'm not sure what it's called. Labeling. You can't just call this bread. This is not bread. No, you can't just label this is bread. This is not bread. This is called cup. That has to have valid base to support that label. You can't just go, now nothing exists from its own side. I can call everything anything. No, that's not how it works. This is not called banana bread. This is called cup. If you call this banana bread, so probably you are the only one who agree that if you probably with some 2 years, 1 year old kids, they can speak, maybe they're probably not. The banana probably they say, well, like that probably doesn't make that much sense. So, me and that, so then there's a thought involved. There's a thought that involved. So there's three things happening. So now mere level. So now Dr. Brown question is like very like interesting one, like level, where the level comes from. So what do you say? Where's the level come from? Dr. Brown's saying you don't have to accept what Dr. Brown said. You can, if you have like counter argument, you can bring it up. Or what's the level come from? Dr. Brown suggests like said like karma. Either that bottom line, that means either it has related to verbal action, physical action, mental action. Is that correct? In my observation, I think Dr. Brown is correct. So, but it's still, there has a, even though I agree, it doesn't mean you all have to agree. You know, if you have to think, because you have this marvelous brain, you have to think where the level comes from. Okay, so this is not a quiz, but we really need to use much as possible. There's no level, yeah. Level call, somebody call you. No, you are not born as a Gishi Gelek, somebody Gishi. When you graduated, you are called, you know, like postgraduate, then what you call, I'm not sure what it's called, then maybe called PhD, master. This is all level. You are not born as a PhD. You guys, you earn that level. You could say you deserve that level, but you know, going to education. But you are not born as a John. You are not born as a Bob. You know, somebody decided to call you Bob. Is that karma? I think so. Probably like first have thought, oh, maybe I should call my child Bob. So then some kind of discussion. So then the agreement then say, okay, now you are Bob. So then everybody calls you Bob, like Ishkele, like same thing like that. We are level, but we don't become by itself by like that. Same when you build a house, there's a couple of rooms, and you level one room, oh, that's office. Then that room become office because you decide to level, there's your office. Before there's none of the room become office by itself. There's few rooms. You have no idea which room, what you're going to do, which room. Then the one particular room become like your office. Then you decide to label the office. So then after that, you say, oh, come to my office. People will come to that room. Then you label, then people see that room as your like office. Is that karma? Let's see, I think so. So I'm not sure what you want to say. What do you want to say? Huh? So then what the rest part of the questions? Linda, we have a few minutes.
Of Dawn's question or a different question?
Maybe Don, I think Don is the only one who can answer his question. So I think it's too profound.
Okay. Okay, another question.
Dr. Brown said it very well. I think he said it very well. So please, all my friends, you think about, okay, this whole week. So next week we come back. So you think about that level. It's like caused by karma. When you say karma, there's three doors. You are thinking about verbal, physical, mental. There's no fourth. There's only three. Okay, Linda.
Okay, so you want another question?
Yes, I'm not really looking for another question. Probably I'm looking for the finishing the question. Yeah.
Maybe we can pick it up next
Yeah.
week since it's 11:30.
So time is over?
It's already over. It goes by too fast.
Okay. So thank you very much, all, each and every one of you. So we'll all pray for each other, okay? Each other's success, each other's, a long, healthy, happy life, each other's prosperity, happiness, and then spread out of your communities, countries, all over the world. Then you get maximum benefit, okay? Yeah, thank you so much, and have a wonderful Sunday. And again, please think about all the people, people in Ukraine, when you do dedication prayer.
And start with the dedication from Master Shantideva's Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. The long life prayer for His Holiness. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good, all-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso. Please remain until samsara ends. The long life prayer for Sarah J. Khensen Rinpoche Jetsun Losang Delek. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on Bliss and Void, Lama ornament of the Aloha tradition. Please remain until samsara ends. The long life prayer for Lama Rinpoche. You uphold the subduer's moral way, who serves the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Longinus Victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels. Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. And then 7 green tower mantras for Geshe Gelek and Geshe Sangpo's long, happy, healthy lives. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, Linda, Dhamasi, Venerable Alhamdulillah, and thank you very much, each and every one of you coming to the class, and see you next Sunday, okay? Thank you so much. Have a nice Sunday.
Thank you.
Very much.
Have a good Sunday.
Bye, everyone.
Geshe-la.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, Lamala. Thanks, Linda.